Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final day of the copywriting challenge with Boss Uzi. I'm so delighted to have everyone on ground. Welcome again. How has the challenge been so far for you? I trust it has been impactful. Has it been impactful? Have you gotten value? How has it been so far for you? How has the challenge been so far from you? Good evening, everyone. I can see Olawale, I can see Nkechi, I can see Chidima, Chiamaka, Tina. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 4 of this awesome challenge. And today is the grand finale, and we are going to be learning how to land our first client anywhere in the world. If you're excited, drop a fire emoji in the comment section. Thank you already. I can see the likes already. I can see the subscribe. If you're not subscribed, kindly do so right now. Happy Easter, everyone. Today is the day that Jesus was, you know, was it the day that they kissed Jesus and Jesus was like, crucified, right? This is Good Friday. So happy Good Friday, everyone. It's an awesome time to be alive in this world of possibilities. You know, this world has a lot of possibilities. Your job is just to find a way to unlock it for yourself. And one of the ways you can unlock it is just by understanding that in this time and age, you just need to be wise, especially on the internet. If you really want to make money, it is not about gra gra, it's about strategy, it's about implementation, it's about precision, it's about taking action. You see, everything ended with Sean. So, one of the Sean we are going to be doing today is the implementation of what we've done from day one till this time. If you're a first timer, let me see your hand. If you're a second timer, but if you're a five timer, yeah, just put your hands. Let me also know, are you a first timer? Are you a second timer? Or are you an all timer? Let me know the people that are missing the class. All right. All right. Thank you so much. So let me know. Well done, everyone. Let me put my phone on silent and do not disturb. All right. So I gave you a quiz. I gave you a very, very short pop quiz. What were you able to score in that pop quiz? So I gave you guys a pop quiz in the group. What were you able to score in that pop quiz? I was seeing some people scoring. I was seeing some people scoring 100 over 100. I was like, did these people use ChatGPT to answer these questions? Small test. You're already using ChatGPT. Did you cheat or is it your head you used? I was just wondering, is it that you guys are too wise now that you'll be scoring 100 over 100 in my test? But it's an awesome time, Sha. So we are going to be kicking off today, regardless of how many people have joined. But if you have anybody that is supposed to be here, you can also remind them. I wouldn't be doing so much reminder because today's class is a class that people pay, thousands of money to join. So it's not supposed to be like shouted all around. But if you have somebody that wants to like learn copywriting, you can also share this link to them. So let me just share this link to some people that I feel that would be able to learn from this. Then I think that is just all. So thank you everyone. Good evening once again. It's a pleasure to have everyone on ground. Today we are going to be going straight into how to land your first clients as a word copywriter. And today is day 5. So without wasting much of your time, I am going to be sharing my screen right now. Please, if you can see screen, just type I can see your screen in the comment section. I am going to be sharing my screen right now. All right, I think before I go over to today's class, it would be nice for me to reiterate everything we've done in day 1, because some people that are just joining probably don't really understand all these things we are doing here. Now, we started on Monday by talking about copywriting. A lot of people subscribe to this training. Many people subscribe to this training not because they don't have anything to do or they don't have their phone to scroll. Many people subscribe to this training because they wanted a genuine skill that can actually help them make money online, especially in this time where there is especially in this time where things are almost difficult, especially when you don't have a skill or a source of income. Now, things are not difficult generally, but an average Nigeria would definitely feel it because you're in this country. The cost of living is getting high. For transportation, 9 to 5 is getting stressful. Even if you do a business, it is hard for you to make sales. What is the secret, and how can you come out from these perilous times? Will I call it that? Yes, one of the ways to come out from that time is I like using I like referring myself. I like referring to the when Joseph, how Joseph saved Egypt. He knew how to interpret the king's dream. He saw that there is 7 years of plenty. Everybody is flexing. Many of you have reached that time in your life whereby there's a lot of enjoyment. You're seeing money up and down. People are buying your programs. People are buying your goods. You sell online. You're making money. Your customers are, your father is dashing you money. Your mom is dashing you money. You're really, really flexing. There was that time. And there will also be a time where it will be like as if the hell was, what let loose. But what's an effect to really, really work? The law of cause and effect says for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That is the third law. How do you navigate in these times? What is happening to my network? So, how do you navigate in these times? This time is just a time whereby you need to plant. What are you planting? What are you planting? You're planting, you need to learning skills, and not just learning skills. Learning how to do some certain things without implementing is one of the greatest disaster that is going to happen to you. And trust me, most times implementing, you don't need to have everything to implement. You just need to have some ideas of some ideas. And when you start, you'll be able to progress. So we started with copywriting, and I told you that the reason why copywriting is important in this time is because right now we are going into a capitalist economy. Everybody is becoming a capitalist. Everybody is selling something. Everybody is becoming an entrepreneur. And now, if you want to make money online, it's either you sell the shovel or you sell the what. When everybody is digging for gold, it's either you can continue to dig for gold, or you can sell the shovel. Now the shovel is your skills. You can sell them the tools that they can use to dig more gold. And guess what? They can dig more gold and get a lot of gold. But that gold, the money from when they exchange it, when they pass it through it and all those things, it can be equivalent to the money you've made from just selling shovels. So it's just all about knowing your numbers and becoming smart. One of the ways to sell shovels to people that are digging for gold is to offer them copywriting services. First is to learn copywriting. Now, what is copywriting? This skill is just a skill that you use to compel a specific target audience using emotional and compelling words. When you trigger your audience, when you trigger their audience, it tells them to make a buying decision. And when they make a buying decision, they have paid for that product, and you know that yes, you're good at persuasion. So a good copywriter is somebody that understands persuasion. Now, this is just a general framework of what copywriting is: the ability to be persuasive in print, in writing. Right now, you don't just end up being persuasive in writing. There's also copywriting by talking. Copywriting is applied everywhere. Your pastor use it. Your fundraisers use it. Everybody use it. People that are selling programs use it. You just need to use it in your own way and make money for yourself, because this time, one of the ways that you're going to be saved from the dangers of this time, from the economic crisis, is when you can sell as well, when you can also sell. So today we are going to be treating, we've learned day one, day one, we learned about how towards copywriting in general. Day two, I talked about headlines and hooks, how you can use compelling headlines to attract your target audience. how you can use compelling headlines to what attract your what target audience. Day two, I talked about that. Day three, I talked about using AI copywriting. Day four, I talked about portfolio building. That was what we did yesterday. And today, day five, we are going to be treating on landing your first clients. And we are going to be doing that with Upwork or LinkedIn. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now, and we are just going to be diving into it. All right. So without wasting much of your time, day five, how to land copywriting jobs. Now, here are the things we are going to be discussing today. We are going to be discussing five things. Number one, platforms. Now, what are the platforms you use towards get clients? Use LinkedIn, you use Upwork, you use Fiverr, you use FlexJob, you use Facebook, you use what Instagram, you use what cold emails. Now, today we are going to be experimenting on two platforms, Upwork and LinkedIn. Now, let's go over to LinkedIn. If you want to what, I don't know why many people will say they want to become a copywriter and you don't have a LinkedIn account. In fact, in general, if you're optimizing for if you're optimizing to be employed as a high earner, maybe a C-level executive, a salesperson, you need to have a what LinkedIn account, regardless, even if they are banning it 100 times. Find a way to open a LinkedIn account that they will not ban. It's all about consistency. You understand? So right now, let's go over to LinkedIn because I think there's a lot to do today. There's no need to be blabbing. So I'm going to be going over to LinkedIn. For you to get a LinkedIn account, if you don't have one, you can go over to linkedin.com and it will open like this for you. So now this is LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn in general. I hope today network did not don't disturb us because it's going to be very bad. Network, please, please, oh, not today. Google.com. Google is going fast now. Why is LinkedIn slow? Let's load it again. All right, this is LinkedIn. We are going to be using LinkedIn first. My God. All right, before why is it still loading? Let us just continue. Now, the reason why LinkedIn is very, very important is because LinkedIn is a very high search engine website. Which when you have a LinkedIn account and you continuously post content there, it is easy for it to what rank at the top. Like just check out this. When you write something like Uzoma or Oranebo or on Google, let's go over to Google. If you type your name, all your social media account that you have, the one that will come out first is probably LinkedIn. So I can just type Uzoma or Oranebo here, and the person that comes out is not just me, but my LinkedIn account. That shows that LinkedIn is the top, regardless of how many followers I have on TikTok or YouTube or anywhere. LinkedIn will always will stop. Do you understand? I hope it's the same at your end. So you can see this is a LinkedIn, and for you to attract a client on LinkedIn, a client is going to first come to your profile and check you out because when this is where to look for a job, yeah, this is where to like get job. This is where is a lot of job. People have gotten massive job from different beautiful companies here. But before anybody employs you, they always ask for one thing, your LinkedIn account. Your LinkedIn account, very, very important for their job hiring process. Now, this is your LinkedIn account, and there are things we need to do. There are things we need to do to make sure that you get hired. Number one, you need to like take note of your headline. What is your headline? So let's go over to LinkedIn. Now in LinkedIn, this is your headline. This is your headline. You can see a headline just tells the people who you are and what you offer. So you can see how I optimize mine here. You can also optimize your own the same way. So I optimized for being for a copywriting coach, and that was why I started like this. Copywriting coach. I help total newbies start making money online using copywriting without previous experience. So you can see I optimize for words a copywriting coach. So anybody that looks at me, over my students or prospective students, they come and check me out. They'll know that, oh, this guy is a copywriting coach. Let me work with him. In the future, maybe when we transition into something different, you're still going to what change it. You understand? And your LinkedIn profile is just supposed to portray you as a professional. Remember what we said yesterday? People said, people said, don't judge a book by its cover. People say don't judge a book by its cover, but guess what? People say don't judge a book by its cover. People don't judge a book by its cover, but trust me, in this time and age, your a book is always going to be judged by its what cover. So you need to what prepare yourself. You need to what make yourself look sharp on the online space. Do you understand? So that is it. So this is the headline. And how do you get your headline? Now, maybe you're into copywriting now. You're just starting out as a copywriter, or and you want to optimize your profile. You can do that with ChatGPT. How do you do it? So let's go over to ChatGPT, because everybody should optimize their profile today at least. Just go over to ChatGPT. Which one is this one? Or go to over Google Gemini. The network is slow and it can be very, very a little bit frustrating. So all right, let's use Google Gemini. So since this one loaded fast, so you can just say you can just tell Google Gemini, I am a copywriting, I'm a copywriter, I'm a freelance copywriter. Now remember what I told you, there are different types of copywriters. There are freelance copywriters, there are direct response copywriters, there are email copywriters, at least those three, sales page copywriting. So you can just no, I think yeah, all of them are freelance. So people that offer the services, if you offer copywriting service, then generally you're a freelance copywriter. It doesn't forget about the category, whether you're writing for health niche or it's all of them are what freelance copywriter. So that is if you're optimizing for what for if that is only if you're optimizing for a if you're optimizing towards land copywriting clients. Do you understand? So uh, right now we are going to be optimizing our profile for what freelance copywriting. So you can just tell ChatGPT, this Gemini, that I am a freelance copywriter and I need to optimize my LinkedIn profile. My LinkedIn profile. Kindly use this sample to give me one. So you can just post Boss Uzi's own. Now you can just post Boss Uzi's whatever. You can even copy anybody you like in the industry. Just copy the person and post them there. Then press enter. So it's going to give you yours. Now you can also tell it. You can also tell it more things. You can also tell it more things, and it's going to give you. Give you. So you can see it has given us freelance copywriter. I help brand build, and I help brands scale through high converting sales copy and strategy. You can see that is option one. Number two, direct response copywriter, transforming cold leads into loyal customer. So that is that. So when you're done with that, you just copy it and fix it in your headline. So how you can do that very good headshot photo, even if you don't have one, like I always say, have an AI headshot photo. Like me right now, I told you that people judge a book by its cover. If you look at this person here, regardless of anything, me self I big. But if you look at this guy here, okay, this guy is a CEO, XYZ, blah blah blah. But if you put one picture of you, like you've not, maybe you've not, or you just put one picture of you wearing normal clothes. When we're small, there's something we call, house clothes and church clothes. If you go and put on maybe like church house clothes as your LinkedIn profile, it is not a bad idea. It is good for you, but guess what? It is bad for the perception you're trying to paint. When somebody is pricing you 50K now, don't say that person is insulting you. So even if you don't have a professional headshot photo, all you can do is to go to AI and snap something and tell AI to use what you snapped to what create a headshot photo for you. Are you guys listening? All right. So let's do that right now. So let me find one of the picture that I was looking stressed or looking like I was tired of life. Let me just find one picture. I think I used to I screenshotted that picture. Yeah. So this is me just looking what stressed. And I'm going to upload this picture to Gemini and I'm going to prompt it towards kindly turn this image, kindly turn this image into a LinkedIn professional headshot photo. So as simple as it is, just a simple prompt, and guess what? We are going to be printing a fresh what image. So that is that. Why it's still printing. The next thing you need to do is call the word LinkedIn banner. LinkedIn banner is just a design that you put here just to let people just to beautify your word profile. It's not only me that have it. Other people in the industry also have it. So let me go over to my homepage and see whether I can get more people. Show you guys some of my friends, LinkedIn banner and how you can, and I'll also show you how you can even copy from her or from them, especially top creators. Oh, the thing is not loading. Everything is just blank. So nevertheless, let's use my own as an example. So let's see whether our headshot photo has finished on creating. So you can see it has finished with creating our headshot photo. From a simple, easy picture, we are having this one. So I can save the image. I can save the image here and open it here. And this is how it's going to be looking like. This is how it's going to be looking like. Fresh boy, the same way I'm looking now. That is the same. It's just you can see what AI will do. AI will just make you what fresh with what white teeth. Even if you don't have white teeth, it will make you what fresh. Now you can also tell it to what remove the word caption. Remove the caption. So yeah, you can just what upload it what straight. So that is it. You can tell it to just remove the caption so that you can just upload the image straight. All right. Anytime I go out, it's always go out. So can you guys let me share my screen right now? Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen now? All right. Can you guys see my screen right now? Okay. All right. So let's continue. All right, it's clear now. So this is the image you created. I think anytime I open my image, the sharing screen capability just closes. So you can see the image, just a simple image. So that is it. So now the next one is our LinkedIn banner. Now, even if you don't have a LinkedIn banner, you don't need to pay any graphic designer again now. So you can just tell this same AI to help you create a LinkedIn banner. Yeah, you can see. So awesome. kindly create kindly create a LinkedIn banner for me with this image and add some top and add some related caption. So it is creating our LinkedIn banner. Our LinkedIn banner is just going to be one small banner. You can see very, very easy. It has already created a LinkedIn banner. If you can see, very, very simple. I hope you guys can still see my screen because I just opened the image now. Let me check. All right. So this is the LinkedIn banner. This is the LinkedIn banner we just created. Very, very easy. All right. So this is the LinkedIn. All right. So you can always do that by yourself. Very, very easy. So at your own spare time, you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So that is that. So let us get into the main thing. I think the main thing is pitching. After doing all those housekeeping, the next thing is to pitch, because doing having a beautiful profile without landing the job is going to stress you out. So now the last one is the about section. The about section is very, very important because this is where Google Words takes all the things about you. So like what I'm trying to say is this. Like if you check if you check here now, all the things that Google writes about me, Boss Uzi, I'm a copywriting coach and digital business strategist. These things are not on my banner, are not on my headline. All these things are from my words. I'm going to show you where they are from. They are from my about session. And this is where the about session is. You can see I am a copywriting coach, digital business strategist on a mission. So blah, 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 blah. All these things appeared here. So that is why it is very, very important for you to do everything so that you can be optimized and you can show on Google. All right. The next thing for us to do is let's check the next thing. The next thing for us to do is to create a portfolio. Now, yesterday I taught you guys about portfolio creation. I hope you guys remember portfolio creation. So if you don't have a portfolio, and portfolio is a one-page website. So yesterday, what did we do? I showed you how to have a portfolio and how to put it in a portfolio website. So let me open that portfolio as a revision. The network is really, really bad today. So the network is really, really bad today. So okay, this is what the portfolio, this is the portfolio we created yesterday, the Favor Gabriel. And I told you that when you have for you to make sure that people would see you as because no matter how much you pitch, if you pitch and you don't have anything to show forth, then nobody is going to employ you. So this is the portfolio we created yesterday. More than the beautiful websites of having this, more than the beautiful website of having a portfolio gamma website that you can create, a professional copywriting gamma website. More than that, you need to have the one you have done, the one that you actually worked. And this is the one so if you open sales copyrights now, yesterday, Femi Glow, skincare. And when your client open it, your client gets to see that you're a diligent person, sees the way you write, sees how you're writing. So for some reasons, that is why when you for a copywriting course, you need to be patient to build your portfolio at least to 40% before you start looking for a job. And surely, and guess what? This is a lifetime thing, especially if you want like me, the kind of money you can make in copywriting in a very, very short time is you cannot even compare it to any 9 to 5. Somebody said you are not seeing your screen. Please, are you guys still seeing the screen? That is 8:31. Somebody said you are not seeing the screen. Are you still seeing the screen? Let me share again. All right. So this is it here. This is I was just showing you guys the portfolio. So the next thing we need to do right now is to pitch, is to go and apply for a job. And one of the ways you can apply for a job is through, is using all these freelance platforms. There is Upwork, there is Fiverr, you can see there is Upwork, there is Fiverr, there is Flex Job, there is, you can also pitch on Facebook, you can also pitch on Instagram, you can also use cold email. So today we are going to be pitching, we are going to be doing two types of pitching. We are going to be doing online pitching and offline pitching to people that can potentially hire you. So let's go. Remember, I told you one of the ways to build your portfolio. I remember the ways I told you: free jobs, actual jobs, certification, mentorship, internship. What is the last one? Put it in the comment section. What is that last one? What is the last one? So let's go. Do we have any pending thing here? So let me close this tab. So for us to go over to Upwork, you just open your tab and just type upwork.com. And when you press upwork.com, if you have an account, you can log into your account. If you don't have one, you just would click on login. Click on login. So mine, I already have an account, so it's just entering straight. You can see. And when it enters straight, you start seeing some of the jobs that are available for that day. Like now, you're going to start seeing some jobs that are available for that day. So if you can see my screen properly, I hope you can see my screen. This person is saying we can't see your screen. If you can see my pitch intelligently, you understand? I'm going to be showing you how you can pitch intelligently. So now let's look for one copywriting job in the front of our page. Let us not go and be going deep. So let me find somebody from the United States because they will pay you without question. Another thing you need to look out for is the country that is employing you. Is it United States? Is it UK? If it's countries like, is it Belgium? This one. If it's country like India or Pakistan, they would just whine you. Like people like this, they will just whine you. They have, and one thing about getting clients anywhere in the world is that you need to understand that if a client wants to hire you, maybe offline, they bring you, they take you out of the platform and they want to hire you and they whine you that, hey, let's start working. Never work for anybody without collecting about 60% upfront. Do you understand? Because don't be scammed. That is why it is good to do transaction in the platform. Although the platform collects high tax. Do you understand? The platform can collect your 30%, sometimes 40%. And sometimes even the card you're using, will collect their own, leaving you with 60% to just work with, which is not a bad idea. But you can see that is why most times I like, if you can find a client, if you can do one job for a client, especially a client that is in business, that client is going to continue employing you. I was telling some of my students that I've worked for like 20, I've worked for like 20 clients. And a lot of students are just looking at me, but you say you're a copywriter. Why have you not worked for more than 50 people? I said, bro, it's not like that, though. It doesn't work like that. Yes, it doesn't work like that. It's better to work for one client that pays you consistently than to be working for five naira clients up to 50. Do you understand? So in my lifetime, I think I have worked for just 21 people that paid, like 21 foreign people that has paid me well. Other ones are local, maybe 20K when I was starting out, 20K year, 50K year, sales paid, VSLs, and all those stuff. But people that have worked for internationally, and the list, anyway, I don't like talking about money because I don't want to stir up you guys' emotion, because instead of you to go and start thinking of how, because one thing about copywriting is that if I start whining you about money, you'll make this, you'll make $100 million. One of the things that will happen is that you become so excited about the results more than the work you're supposed to put in, and you may not even get any results. Do you understand? So most times I don't like talking about money. The only time I talk about money is maybe when I want maybe when you want to get into my mentorship session. But when I'm talking about my own personal finance or my students, I don't do that. That is the reason why I'm doing that, is because I want to sieve out. I don't want a situation whereby, because in the past, one of the things we're not really proud of in the past was how a lot of people when I was doing affiliate marketing that year. I was using a lot of screenshot from other people towards casual. It's not casual, but I was using a lot of screenshot of other people winning towards to like trying to persuade my own clients. And within me, because I'm a very strong Christian and I don't like this way, within me, I was not satisfied, but I was just doing it because I was from the trenches. And guess what? When God wants to really punish you, is that thing that you want to use to make money, that thing that you want to use to cajole people into things, it probably may not even work for you. You understand? You may try and be putting screenshots everywhere. It will not work for you. So instead of you to what be fake, just use the same energy for being fake to be what's real. Do you understand? So that is the reason why I made it since 2020. I have not been using my personal stuff towards tell people to join my program. If the value and my knowledge and my implementation, the way I show you things is not enough, it's not enough to tell you that this your guy has good heart for you, then forget about it. Do you understand? If my knowledge doesn't tell you that, hey, I know I can take you from point A to point B, then just forget about it. So too much talk. Let's go back to work. So you can see this one, and I'm not even on. I was even sharing my screen. I wanted to be talking that. I wanted to be saying that thing when we are not like when wanted to be saying that in full screen, but nevertheless. So direct response copywriter, shape web brand, doing 5 million per year, performance, all this talk. Give me simple job that will not stress my brain. All right, the goal is just for email market. The goal is just for what, to just write a pitch. So let's apply for this job. Code pitch, code email marketing specialist needed. Now, what is a cold email? A cold email marketing. Okay, this is not okay. It's still a copywriting job. It's still a copywriting job. So let's still do it. So we are looking for a skilled cold email. Let's click on it. So when we click on it, you can see the job. Their budget is $20, but let's see what they want. So we are looking for a skilled, cold email specialist, email marketing specialist to help us generate leads and drive engagement through targeted email campaigns. The ideal candidate should have experience in crafting compelling email copy. You can see crafting what compelling email copy, segmenting audience, and analyzing campaign performance. You will be responsible for developing a strategy. All this talk is just for you towards, develop email systems. If you are passionate about email marketing and you can demonstrate past success, you can see this thing here, demonstrate past successes. Even for a $20 job, they are still requiring you to demonstrate what past success. That is to tell you that this thing called your portfolio, if you don't have it, then just almost forget about getting those jobs online. Do you understand? And that's why you see this stuff called email copies. Immediately this man opens your portfolio. The first place you will just go to is email copies. Let me see the emails Mr. Favor Gabriel has written. You check number one, as you check and evaluate each line. You understand? So, like, regardless of everything, let us still apply for this job. So, for us to apply for it, we just copy everything here and we just paste it over to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to write a word cover letter for us. Cover letter. Before you apply for a job, create a cover letter. Yes, this is the cover letter we are going to be creating right now. So let us go and create the cover letter. We just paste everything here. And you can just tell ChatGPT, okay, kindly help me create a cover letter for this job I saw on Upwork. So you can now give it your name. It is important you give it your name. My name is Favor Gabriel. And you can also give it your phone number or email address. You can give it your email. Favor favor at gmail.com. Then your number, phone number, and just type your phone number. Then your portfolio link. Then you paste that your portfolio link from here. You can see this your portfolio link. So you come here, go over to share and copy your link. Why is this thing always coming back now? Why is at what point did it come out? At what point did it stop sharing? At what point did it stop sharing? Just type it in the comment section. When did it stop sharing? Where did I go to that it stopped sharing the screen? At what point? At what point to nevertheless, let me share it again. But tell me at what point it stopped sharing. So what we are just doing currently is simple. What we did was we collected the job stuff from Upwork. Guys, hope you can see it now. If you can see it now, just type yes in the comment section. For a long time now, when you pick the job to do. Somebody said for a long time. Somebody said 10 minutes. Wow. So I believe it's when I pick the job to do. Okay. All right. So sorry about that. Most times I don't have a feedback here. If I have a feedback, it will be disturbing my audio. So I prefer to just. So nevertheless, let's go back to work. So what I did here was I picked a job on Upwork, and I was copied this job, and I pasted it on what, and I pasted it on ChatGPT, and I told ChatGPT to help me help me create a cover letter for this job. Now you can see on our checklist, one of the things after you have a portfolio is to create a cover letter. Now for LinkedIn, you need to create content, but for Upwork, you need to be creating content on your pages. I don't think we should be focused on that for now. But on Upwork, you need to when you see the job you want to do, copy it and paste it on link ChatGPT, then fill in your details. So right now we finished filling in our details. The next thing we need to do is just copy our portfolio link and add it to ChatGPT. So I'm going to add it here like this. You understand? So ChatGPT is going to write the cover letter for me using what they want. So I'm going to send it, see the magic it does. Now, one thing about this thing, don't ever think that ChatGPT is too intelligent towards write well. You also need to also do some editing by yourself. That is why you open immediately you finish doing that cover, immediately you finish writing that cover letter, open your own Google Docs that you paste it here, and you also do some finishing touches there. So you can copy the work, then paste it over to your Google Docs file here. So you can see I just pasted it here. So what I'm going to do right now, instead of just submit this cover letter, okay, let's see how we are going to submit it. When you click apply now, it does some little authentication. So while it's still loading, let us just do our work on this place. So while it is loading, we just copy everything here, just make it space. A double line spacing, or you can use a 1.5. You understand? So that if a client is even opening your PDF to look at your letter, it will be well spaced. You understand? So you don't need to do much thing here. Where all these things you're saying, the only place the client is interested is just clicking this link, whether it's your Gamma link or just the direct Google Drive link. So immediately you do this, you name the file. You name the file like email copywriting pitch. Now you can also name you can also name the what the file with the name of the job, with the name of what the person is looking for. Then download it. Download it as PDF so that you can also what you can apply it here. So let's finish applying. Let's finish verifying. Now let me check whether this thing is still sharing. It has come out again. Hmm. What is happening, Safe? Like YouTube, what is happening? Seems like I'll go back to my former software. All right. So right now, this is where we are going to submit our portfolio, our proposal. So how do you want to be paid? Now, this particular client has a what? This particular client has a what? He's giving you option. So how do you want to be paid? You want to be paid by what? Milestone, or you want to be paid per project? Get your entire payment at the end of the work, or divide the project into segments called milestone. So when it comes to what Upwork, it's better. I like doing the entire project. I like doing the what work. I like doing the what by project instead of what milestone, because it's better to finish the work and get the money straight. You understand? So there are many things. So if like you can also bid, the client started at what $20. Now, if you're good enough, you can also change the price. You can put it at maybe 75. They will pay. They have money. You can put it at $75. At the end of the day, Upwork is going to just take, Upwork is going to take 10% of this your money, and this is how much you're going to be left with. Now, how long will this project take? They've not yet given me the work, so you cannot know. So this is where you now submit your what cover letter. You now paste that work you want. I hope my screen is being shared. Hope I'm not just talking to myself. Share your screen. Yes, I can see it. Please, oh, this is the most important part. So I just paste that work we just did right now. I paste it, and there's also room for what? There's also room to attach what? Your portfolio. So that thing that we did, you can just go over to that. There's also room to attach our cover letter, the pitch. You can apply as many things. You can attach as many documents as you want, as you have. You understand? You can attach just to make sure that you get the job. That is if it's a job that you definitely like. It's impossible for you to do this diligently for 5 jobs and not get hired. It's not possible. So when you're done with uploading everything, putting everything, the only thing you just do is to click up submit proposal. When you submit proposal, then that is that. You understand? You submit proposal, and you just wait for your email, check your email, and the job gets to you. So with that being said, that is just all I'm going to be teaching today. I don't want to overshare so that you don't get overwhelmed by thinking this thing is hard. You don't get overwhelmed by thinking it's hard. So many people say the screen is off. Well, sorry about that. In our mentorship program, our screen never goes off. Right now, I'm not sharing my screen. There's a lot of glitch, and it's not my fault. I'm sorry about that. Maybe tomorrow is going to be better. So today, it's all about it's all love, yeah, and I'm so happy that we've come this far from where we started day one. I can see a lot of people you leave some of the things you're supposed to be doing to join a training like this just to get knowledge, Somebody said, but Susie, your face look dull. It's not dullness, so maybe it's the lightning or the camera. I'm sharp. I'm so happy today. So what I'm trying to say right now is that many of you, I want to motivate everybody. All these things you've learned, I want you to put into practice in one way or the other. Practice it. Even if 4 ways to make money with copywriting, whether as a freelancer is just what we did right now. You can be an affiliate marketer. You can just be selling other people's products. If you don't have a product, you can just get other people's products, register for all these affiliate marketing platform, test your copywriting skills, test for your copywriting skills by generating leads, generate leads, try to sell to your products, you understand, with intelligence. Another way to make money is by writing for e-commerce brands, or maybe you want to import your own products. And the easiest e-commerce you can even do for yourself is to write a book. Like write a book on something you love. You know, you can just upload it on Seller and market it, run an advertisement, use that your sales copy, you can write it there and see how people are responding to it. If you're a marriage counselor, write a book on how to how to last 100 years with your husband, or how to last 50 years with your husband, or how to resolve conflict. You understand? Write a short book, something that is not too complicated. People say they don't buy books, but it's a lie. People buy book, put it online, design it just the way like I designed the copywriting in 3 minutes on my headline book. Upload it online. Do you understand? Run little TikTok ads with 100 or 200 naira, depending on the one. If you don't know how to do TikTok ads, I would also teach you how to do it. It just depends on your level of readiness. You understand? So at every level you are, just try to make sure that now I'm teaching you guys copywriting, but in actual sense, I am just training you guys to make money. The game here is not about copywriting. Copywriting was the vehicle that brought me into this online space, that helped me make money, that made me become a millionaire. I don't like talking about that, but that was what made me a millionaire. I checked my account on 28th of December and I looked at my accounts and I was not owing debts, calculated all my money from different accounts. Boss Uzi, you have 1 million naira plus. Wow. It's not long ago. It's just very, very behind. From then, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. And imagine somebody that sold to over 15,000 people and also sold to like, a little bit. The money is flowing. Like one thing about life is that don't always be a bucket carrier. You can be a bucket carrier at the beginning, but at the long run, try to become a pipe builder. What is bucket carrier? A bucket carrier is somebody that just fetches water, go home, pour the water, drum the stream again, come carry the water. But when you build pipe, you build a pipe from your house to the stream, and it can take you time. What are the pipes? Pipes are the skills you learn, and not just skills, the strategy for you towards dispense that skill. Now you know what is in vogue. You know that AI is in vogue, copywriting is in vogue. People can't do without these things. Why don't you learn how to make it happen? Why don't you learn these things so that you can position yourself? And this is where I come in. You understand? This is where I come in. I'm not just a copywriting coach. I help you in different stratas of life, especially when you want towards make money online. But in this context, one of the ways towards work with me, one of the ways to join my inner circle, to show me that you're really serious, is to get into the copywriting system. I call it the dominate with copywriting, because before you can even dominate on the online space, you need to know how to use the power of words to persuade. If your pastors come on the pulpit and start preaching like this, you guys will open your eyes. Nobody is going to listen to them, but there's a particular force they exert. Do you know that they are using copywriting? They are a particular call. Everybody close your eyes, make this prayer. Copywriting is leadership. Copywriting is different things. When you learn, take a step at the door, you're going to open up to different. And please, those people that I have a problem with, a lot of people that are so skillful, but you're not using your skills for anything. I have a problem with you. Today, go and start implementing your skills. And do you know why this is so painful for me to say this? It is painful for me to say this because after this webinar, a lot of people go back to TikTok or dance. A lot of people go back to Facebook to waste time. I'm sorry, but you come here next month and there's nothing. Money comes only by offering a product or a service. a service from your skill, a product from your skill as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we close today's session and before I graduate you guys into the copywriting, before I start everyone into the copywriting system, I want to just introduce you once again to the program that actually is changing a lot of people's life. Now, this is the name with copywriting, and the promise here is that when you join this program, you can become a seven-figure copywriter in 30 or less. And you don't need a laptop, you don't need to own a MacBook, just with your phone. Just with your phone. Now, many of you will say, Boss Uzi, what are we going to learn? Forget about all these pictures you see here. These are just transition. But let me even go over to what real people are even saying about the dominated copywriting, because when it comes from me alone, it just looks like I am just talking. But real people are really, really getting results, not just me. My students, okay, you can even see. I think my student 4 days ago, she uploaded her certificate. I think that was Grace. You can see towards her testimonies and all that because of the audio. But I think there was a testimony that many of them dropped already on their page. So let me check if I can see it. You can see. So now, this Grace even talking about the copywriting. How will a student just be talking and this was her testimony. You understand? Her testimony was, LinkedIn said I should share my thoughts. So introverts, over to you. Do you guys blah, 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 please dominate? All right. So this is just her testimony. I'm not sure it will ring out. I don't know. So this is one of my students, and this is a certificate, a certified. So nobody really talks about this part, the quiet moments, blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, all this plenty talk is she's been certified as a copywriter in the College of Copywriting, Sales and Marketing. She has grown a community, you know. And one thing about you get one thing about I love your email copy. This was one of our testimonies from my program. Now, this is just one of many. This is just one of many people. Let me also check this is just one of many, many people. Let me also check my profile. Now, this is to tell you that real people are really getting real results. It's not just about me coming here to talk. Now, this is Jacinta talking about the copywriting challenge. This is Jacinta giving our review on copywriting. This is also her. This is also her talking about what she has learned so far from copywriting. I didn't realize all mentorship were the same until I joined one. Most of them just tell you what sounds good, give you surface level ideas, and leave you to figure it. But dominate with copywriting is different. It doesn't just tell you what to do. It shows you how to think. Uzoma Oranebo breaks things down. Even if you think that ChatGPT wrote this thing for her, do I break things down? Yes or no? From everything you have been hearing from day one to this point, do I really break things down? It is not copy and paste. I went from just writing randomly to actually knowing why I'm writing, what I'm writing, and that changes everything. She's also inviting you that if you're ready for this, you can see it's already filled up. And our if you're interested in this program, you can see a lot of testimonies from different students. You can also see from Owase, you can see her testimony, you can see from Precious. All these things are testimonies. You can also see from Peter, you can also see from Victoria, you can also see from Emmanuel. All these things are real testimonies. And you can also see Vivian's testimony. You can see Grace's testimonies. All these things are real testimonies from real people. So if you're interested in registering for the copywriting program, currently it is 25,000 naira. But if you're ready to make payment today, you'll be still grabbing the slots to pay 4,997. If you're interested, see the account details. You can make your payment to the Moniepoint. Now, the discount is going to be ending today. So if you don't want to miss it, then join today. So the account details is on the screen. You can check it in the pinned post, or you can check it in the group in the video description. So right now, what I'm going to be doing right now is to inaugurate every one of you. When I say you don't share my screen, sorry about that. Maybe I think you're watching the replay. So I want to inaugurate every one of you to the copywriting, to the copywriting world. So one thing I'm going to be doing is to pray for you guys, and I believe that anywhere that you go, anywhere that you step your feet in, with the little knowledge you have learned from me, I pray that God is going towards multiply your efforts in the mighty name of Jesus. I pray that I pray that you're going to get clients that is going to pay you, that will change your life. And not just clients, you're going to get ideas on how to dominate the internet with this skill you've learned. I pray that this is just going to be a start of a new thing. And I believe that many of you will be great. Don't just forget, keep working hard, keep believing in yourself, and never feel discouraged. Never feel discouraged. And one thing you need to know is that it will not be very, very rosy. You have confusion. One thing you also need to know is that you may be alone for a lot of times. But one thing you need to know is that when you finally break through, you're going to have a lot of community. So your job is to break through. With that being said, I love you guys. God bless you. Putting my hands together for yourself. Everybody, put your hands together for yourself. It's not easy to, be learning for 5 days, being diligent, learning from me. Now, for the people that are just joining, you can also join the WhatsApp group and get all the details. I'm going to be dropping a summary of day one to this point in the WhatsApp group. So, lastly, do you have any question to ask? If you have any question, you can ask me. So, I'm just going to answer one or two questions, then we'll just go from there. So, any other question you want to ask is maybe when you're sending your proof of payment to my DM. So, one question from Peter was, okay, Peter, is it advisable to send a product brief to a client? No, now what are you sending? You don't need to send a product brief to a client. It's not their business. The product brief is meant for your portfolio. Peter, the product brief is just meant for your portfolio. Do you understand? Do you understand? So I think is Peter my student? Okay, Peter is not my student yet. All right. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all. See you guys in the dominated. Somebody said I need to request, Yes, you can request a product brief. You can request a product. Yeah, you can request it, but don't expect your product brief to be as elaborate as the one that ChatGPT will give you. You understand? Some clients are lazy. They may not really give you anything. It's just left for you to figure it out by yourself. Do you understand? It's left for you to figure it out by yourself because they assume you're a copywriter. But you can continue asking them questions and they will not give you as articulate. They may even tell you about the product brief verbally. Do you understand? So that is it. At this point, I am going to be running away right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in dominate with copywriting, the link is in the description. Check it and get, okay. All right. The link is in the description. Check it and get into the program. See you on the other side. God bless you. God bless you. Now, if you send the money, all you need to do, you can check the description. You can check the description. You're going to see all the information there. This video description, you're going to see, but you can also always send your proof of payment to my number. This is my number. So check the description. Dominate with Copywriting is a self-paced program. It's a self-paced program, although we have series of events. So we can have a content challenge, we can have pitching challenge. It is all those things those things is what starts. So currently we just finished a content challenge. On next week, we are going to be starting something else. So Goodness is in the group. So we are going to be starting pitching challenge next week. So many of you that join will benefit from it. Good night and God bless you. See you in the next one.